In the last class, we studied bacterial cell structure. We distinguished between the cell wall of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Now we will be dealing with the gram staining technique. Gram staining technique was developed by the scientist Christian Gram. In the gram staining technique, first step is staining of bacteria with the help of basic dye that is crystal violet, which is also known as gram stain. अब क्रिश्चियन ग्राम ने क्या किया, ग्लास लाइट ली, ग्लास लाइट के ऊपर बैक्टीरिया लिया और बैक्टीरिया को स्टेन करा विद द हेल्प ऑफ क्रिस्टल वॉयलेट डाई. आफ्टर द फर्स्ट स्टेप व्हाट ही ऑब्जर्व्ड that all the bacteria which were present on the glass side, they stained bluish purple in color. After the first step, what he observed, that all the bacteria which are present over the glass slide, they stained bluish purple in color. तो फर्स्ट स्टेप के बाद जितने भी बैक्टीरिया ग्लास स्लाइड के ऊपर प्रेजेंट थे, दे टुक द स्टेन एंड आफ्टर दैट दे अपीयर ब्लूइश पर्पल इन कलर. आफ्टर दिस, नाउ द second step he took 0.5% iodine solution and again stained the bacteria with the help of the iodine. He treated the bacteria with the help of the iodine. Now again after the second step, what he observed, that bacteria, they again appear bluish purple in color. Now what is the significance of the iodine treatment here? Actually, iodine, it forms a complex with crystal violet dye. जो iodine है, ये crystal violet dye के साथ complex बनाएगा. The complex which is formed, this is known as CVI complex, crystal violet iodine complex. एक बार ये complex form होगा, तो उसकी वजह से the loss of stain, the loss of the crystal violet stain from the cell, it will become difficult. तो इस कॉम्प्लेक्स का सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? इस कॉम्प्लेक्स की वजह से ये जो स्टेन है ये सेल के अंदर फिक्स हो गया है. The loss of the stain from the cell, it will become difficult. So it means the iodine solution has fixed the stain in the cell. It has fixed the stain in the cell. That's why it is known as fixant, or it is known as mordant. Stain को सेल के अंदर फिक्स कर देगा. So it is fixant. It is mordant. Now after this third step, he tried to de-stain the bacteria with the help of alcohol. उसने बैक्टीरिया को अल्कोहल का ट्रीटमेंट दिया for the de-staining purpose. That is for the removal of the stain. But after the treatment, what he observed? Yes. What he observed after the treatment, that some of the bacteria they have retained the stain, but some of the bacteria, they have lost the stain. कुछ बैक्टीरिया ने स्टेन को रिटेन करके रखा और कुछ बैक्टीरिया ने स्टेन को लूज कर दिया आफ्टर द अल्कोहल ट्रीटमेंट. नाउ व्हाट ही ऑब्जर्व, कुछ बैक्टीरिया ने स्टेन को रिटेन रखा और कुछ बैक्टीरिया ने स्टेन को लूज कर दिया. जिस बैक्टीरिया ने ग्राम स्टेन को रिटेन रखा, he called this bacteria as gram positive bacteria. राइट, जिस बैक्टीरिया ने स्टेन को लूज कर दिया, he called this bacteria as gram negative bacteria. You got this? जो स्टेन को रिटेन रखेगा, that is positive, and the one which will lose the stain, that is gram negative bacteria. Now the question arises here, why some bacteria retains the stain and in some of the bacteria the stain is lost? What is the basis of this differentiation? In the previous class, we have studied the cell wall of gram positive and gram negative bacteria. So tell me, in which bacteria the cell wall is thick? Yes, where the cell wall is thicker? ग्राम पॉजिटिव बैक्टीरिया के अंदर सेल वॉल थिक है और ग्राम नेगेटिव बैक्टीरिया के अंदर सेल वॉल थिन. नो, सेल वॉल इज लाइक अ बैरियर. It is a protective covering, but in the case of the gram-negative bacteria, that barrier is thin. If the barrier is thin, so surely the loss of stain from gram-negative bacteria is more. The chances of loss of stain from gram-negative bacteria is more as compared to the gram-positive bacteria. Are you getting this? यहाँ पर cell wall thin है, so the chances of loss of stain from gram-negative bacteria is more. Second reason, in the case of the gram-negative bacteria, there is presence of LPS. सेल वॉल के अंदर एक LPS की लेयर है. LPS के अंदर लिपिड कंटेंट काफी है. अब जैसे हमने अल्कोहल का ट्रीटमेंट दिया, now alcohol will dissolve this lipids. Yes, alcohol will dissolve these lipids. पहले ही सेल वॉल थिन है, अब लिपिड भी सेल वॉल में से रिमूव हो गए, लिपिड्स भी डिसॉल्व हो गए. It means now the cell wall, it has become more thinner, more weak. If the cell wall becomes more weak, so surely now the loss of the stain from the cell, it would be easier. So you getting this? So the two reasons can explain the loss of the cell wall. So two reasons can explain the loss of the stain from the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria. One, cell wall thin है, and second, the alcohol can easily dissolve the lipids which are present in the cell wall. Now after this step, gram-positive bacteria is appearing bluish purple in color. Gram-negative bacteria is appearing colorless. So to increase the visibility of gram-negative bacteria, he used counter stain. The counter stain which was utilized, that is safranin. So after the counter stain, gram-negative bacteria, now they also took the stain. They took the safranin stain and start appearing pink in color, right? After the last step, you can see gram-negative bacteria appears pink in color. Gram-positive bacteria appears bluish purple in color. तो ये जो टेक्निक है, ये दो तरह के बैक्टीरिया को completely distinguish कर सकती है. That's why this technique is known as differential staining technique. Differential staining technique. It can clearly differentiate between gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Now, after looking into the gram staining technique, I will be citing certain examples for the gram-positive. I am writing gram-positive like this and gram-negative like this. I will be citing certain examples for these bacteria. In the gram-positive bacteria, you write one example, Bacillus, then Clostridium, and Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus, this is utilized for the formation of curd. Yes, it is known as lab. That is Lactobacillus acidophilus. It is known as lab. Utilized for the formation of curd. That is Lactobacillus acidophilus bacteria. In the gram-negative, E. coli, Agrobacterium. Yes, one very important bacteria, Rhizobium. All of you might be knowing Rhizobium is involved in the nitrogen fixation in leguminous plant, right? नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन करेगा और करने के लिए एक स्पेशल स्ट्रक्चर बनेगा, दैट इज रूट नोड्यूल. Another one, Vibrio. Which shape? Comma shape bacteria, Azotobacter. Right? Now here I would like to add one point here. You have heard of antibiotics. Antibiotics, they are compounds which are obtained from microbes and they have the ability to kill other microbes. One of the antibiotic I will be discussing here, that is penicillin. Yes, penicillin, one of the antibiotic. Penicillin can kill gram-positive bacteria. Penicillin can kill gram-positive bacteria. It means the gram-positive bacteria is sensitive to penicillin. But gram-negative bacteria cannot be killed. So you can say the gram-negative bacteria is resistant to penicillin. So now we have to see how this penicillin is going to affect the bacteria. Now penicillin is an antibiotic which has the ability to prevent cell wall synthesis, the cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. Yes, it prevents cell wall synthesis, the cell wall which is made up of Pg. Let's say this is a Petri plate. In the Petri plate, I am growing gram-positive bacteria. मैंने इस Petri plate के अंदर डाल दिया है एंटीबायोटिक, दैट इज पेनिसिलिन. अब मैंने एंटीबायोटिक पेनिसिलिन डाल दिया. अब ये पेनिसिलिन क्या करेगा? जो भी नया ग्राम पॉजिटिव बैक्टीरिया फॉर्म होगा, in that bacteria the cell wall is absent. It will prevent cell wall synthesis. Cell wall synthesis नहीं होगा. Now cell wall is like a barrier. It is a protective covering. If the cell wall is not formed, this type of the bacteria cannot survive for longer time duration. This bacteria, it will die. It means gram-positive bacteria will die due to the treatment of penicillin. So gram-positive bacteria is sensitive to penicillin. Let's see what will happen for the gram-negative. Again, this is a Petri plate where I am growing gram-negative bacteria. और साथ ही में मैंने इस मीडियम में डाल दिया है पेनिसिलिन. Again, penicillin will not allow the synthesis of Pg. But in the gram-negative bacteria, cell wall is not only made up of Pg, it is also made up of one more layer, that is LPS. Penicillin can inhibit only the synthesis of Pg. It cannot inhibit the synthesis of LPS. It means now the wall will retain. Yes, LPS is present. So it means now the wall will retain. Wall will retain. That's why now these bacteria, they will survive even in the presence of penicillin. तो इट मीन्स ग्राम नेगेटिव बैक्टीरिया को पेनिसिलिन का ट्रीटमेंट दिया तो ग्राम नेगेटिव बैक्टीरिया विल नॉट डाई. सो इट इज रेजिस्टेंट टू पेनिसिलिन. ऐसा एंटीबायोटिक जो सिर्फ एक टाइप ऑफ बैक्टीरिया को मार सकता है, बहुत सारे टाइप्स ऑफ बैक्टीरिया के ऊपर वर्क नहीं कर सकता. दिस टाइप ऑफ द एंटीबायोटिक इट इज नोन एज narrow spectrum antibiotic. Antibiotic which we have discussed here, that is the penicillin, it is narrow spectrum. Narrow spectrum, why? Because it has the ability to kill, to affect only one type of the bacteria. Which one it is? Gram positive. और ऐसा एंटीबायोटिक जो ग्राम पॉजिटिव को भी मार सकता है और ग्राम नेगेटिव को भी मार सकता है, व्हाट यू आर गोइंग टू कॉल इट एज ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम एंटीबायोटिक. वन एग्जाम्पल आई एम साइटिंग हियर फॉर द ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम, दैट इज स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन. द स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन which we will be discussing in the forthcoming part of the lecture. Is it clear? Narrow spectrum penicillin. और जो ग्राम पॉजिटिव ग्राम नेगेटिव दोनों को मारेगा, दैट इज ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम एंटीबायोटिक. वन एग्जाम्पल फॉर दैट इज स्ट्रेप्टोमाइसिन. सो दिस मच वी कैन राइट हियर. वन एग्जाम्पल फॉर ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम इज streptomycin, which we will be discussing in the detail in the next part of the lecture. So this is all about the gram staining technique, and we have learned some examples for the gram positive and gram negative bacteria. So now I will be dealing with the flagella of bacteria. Flagella of bacteria consists of three main components, that is basal body, hook and filament. Flagella consists of three main components, basal body, hook and filament. Right? So I will be making structure of flagella so that the different components, they are very much clear to all of you. Yes. ये जो मैंने यहां पर पार्ट बनाया है, दिस पार्ट इज सेल वॉल ऑफ बैक्टीरिया. दिस पार्ट इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. सेल वॉल और प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर आप देख रहे हैं कुछ रिंग्स प्रेजेंट है, राइट? दीज रिंग्स दे आर नेम्ड एज L, P LPSM रिंग्स, LPSM रिंग्स। ये जो दो रिंग्स सेल वॉल के अंदर प्रेजेंट है, इन रिंग्स को हम कहते हैं डिस्टल सेट। ये जो दो रिंग्स प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर है, दे आर नोन एज proximal set. All these four rings, they are connected together. Yes, they are joined together. They are joined together with the help of structures which are known as rods. So these four rings which are joined together with the help of the rods form first component of the flagella, that is basal body. So basal body consists of rings and rods. Now this flagellar structure which I am showing here, this is for gram-negative bacteria. In the gram-negative bacteria, this is cell wall. The outer layer of the cell wall is LPS, right? Inner layer of cell wall is PG. तो ये जो रिंग है जो LPS के अंदर प्रेजेंट है, इसको कहा गया है Elm ring. Elm rings, it is the part of the LPS. ये वाला जो रिंग है, it is in the PG. It is in the PG part. That's why this ring it is known as P ring. So this L ring is in LPS, P ring is in PG. Let's see what is there in these ring condition. What is condition in these rings? ये क्या हो गया? membrane. ये जो ring है, this is slightly above the membrane. So this is known as supramembrane ring. Supramembrane ring, that's why known as S ring. Supramembrane ring. और ये जो रिंग है ये मेम्ब्रेन के अंदर है, सो दिस इज M ring, membrane ring, right? If we compare here gram positive and gram negative bacteria, gram negative bacteria में 4 rings present है, LPSM, पर ग्राम पॉजिटिव बैक्टीरिया में सिर्फ 2 रिंग्स प्रेजेंट है। कौन से 2 रिंग्स? S and M. Only these 2 rings are present. In the gram-negative bacteria, flagella is more common as compared to the gram-positive bacteria. तो ये हो गया first component, that is basal body. Now after the basal body, let's see the next component. So this is second component, that is hook, which is made up of protein. It is proteinaceous in nature. Then the longest part of the flagella, that is filament. It is also known as shaft. I am cutting the transverse section of the flagella. I am cutting the transverse section of the filament. So the condition which is going to be visible like this. अगर यहां से हम इसको कट करेंगे तो कुछ ऐसी कंडीशन नजर आएगी, बीच में खाली और आसपास वॉल. इट इज गिविंग द अपीयरेंस ऑफ हॉलो सिलेंडर. अंदर से खाली. इसकी जो वॉल है, इट इज मेड अप ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. इट इज मेड अप ऑफ प्रोटीन. द नेम ऑफ प्रोटीन इज flagellin protein. It is made up of flagellin protein. तो यहां पर जो flagellin protein है, मैंने इसकी एक रो दिखाई है, ठीक है ना? flagellin protein की एक रो दिखाई है, पर इस पूरे सिलेंडर की वॉल के अंदर there is presence of 8 rows of flagellin protein. Are you getting this? It is a hollow cylinder. सिलेंडर है hollow, बीच में खाली. वॉल बनी हुई है फ्लैजिलिन प्रोटीन की. और कितनी रोज है फ्लैजिलिन प्रोटीन की? 8 rows. Now, after looking into the 3 components of the flagella, now I will be discussing important differences between the prokaryotic and eukaryotic flagella. Prokaryotic flagella. Just now we have discussed the prokaryotic flagella. It is made up of flagellin protein, right? And eukaryotic flagella, it is made up of tubulin protein. प्रोकैरियोटिक फ्लैजिला के अंदर ये वाला जो पार्ट है फिलामेंट, फिलामेंट के अंदर कितने हॉलो सिलेंडर प्रेजेंट है? 1 hollow cylinder. This arrangement, it is known as monofibrillar arrangement. But in the eukaryotes, several hollow cylinders you will see. Several such structures they will be present, and that arrangement is known as 9+2 arrangement. So what is this 9+2 arrangement of flagella? This we will discuss in detail in cell structure, right? Eukaryotes, for the movement of the flagella, there is requirement of energy. And this energy, it is provided by ATP. In the prokaryotes, the energy again is required. But this energy for the movement of the flagella, it is not provided by ATP. ATP is not the only source of energy, right? तो दोनों केसेस में एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट है फ्लैजिला की मूवमेंट के लिए, पर प्रोकैरियोट्स के अंदर दैट एनर्जी सोर्स इज नॉट एटीपी. In the eukaryotes, around the flagella, membrane is present. In the prokaryotes, membrane is absent. We know that in the prokaryotes, there is presence of only one membrane. What is that? Plasma membrane. यूकैरियोट्स के अंदर फ्लैजिला की मूवमेंट देखो कैसे होगी. अगर ये फ्लैजिला है तो मूवमेंट होगी फ्लैजिला की ऐसे 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 ऐसे. दिस टाइप ऑफ मूवमेंट. कितने डिग्री पर मूवमेंट है? 180 डिग्री पर. द मूवमेंट इज 180 डिग्री. दिस टाइप ऑफ द मूवमेंट, इट इज नोन एज फ्लैपिंग मूवमेंट. Right. But what about the prokaryotes? Let's see. ये जो M ring है ना, this is also known as motor ring. When it will get energy, this motor ring will rotate like this. 360 degree rotate करेगा. अगर ये वाला पार्ट रोटेट करेगा तो इसकी वजह से रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट ऑफ द फ्लैजिला इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू मूव. तो फ्लैजिला की मूवमेंट कैसे होगी? जैसे ये फ्लैजिला है तो इसकी मूवमेंट कैसे होगी? अब ऐसे होगी मूवमेंट, ऐसे. इट विल रोटेट. जैसे हेलीकॉप्टर के पंख घूमते हैं बिल्कुल वैसे मूवमेंट होगी. तो ये जो मूवमेंट हो रही है आप कितनी डिग्री पर हो रही है? 360 degree movement, and this movement, it is known as rotatory movement. Are you getting this? So in the case of the eukaryotes, what type of movement? Flapping, like this. But in the case of the prokaryotes, the movement is like this. This movement is there. This is known as rotatory movement. You got this? Now, after looking into this structure of flagella, now I will be discussing type of flagellar arrangement on the basis of the number as well as on the basis of the position of flagella, right? So now we are going to study flagellar arrangement. अगर बैक्टीरिया के ऊपर फ्लैजिला एब्सेंट है, bacteria is not associated with the flagella, then this type of bacteria is known as atrichus. If the flagella is present, then this is known as trichus bacteria. Now the trichus bacteria is of several types. First category you see here. In the first category, you can see in the bacteria only one flagella is present at one end. If only one flagella is present, this type of the arrangement, it can be known as monotrichus. Right? Second condition. Now you can see at both the ends one flagella is present. When at both the ends one flagella is present, this arrangement is known as amphitrichus. Next one. Now in this condition you can see a group of flagella. A tuft of flagella is present at one end. When tuft of flagella is present at one end, this is known as cephalotrichus arrangement. Next one. Now in this case, you can see tuft of flagella. They are present at both the ends. Yes. Now the tuft of flagella, they are present at both the ends. This arrangement is known as Lophotrichus. The last condition. अब जो फ्लैजिला है वो सिर्फ एंड्स पर नहीं है, अब जो फ्लैजिला है पूरी बॉडी के आसपास है. Yes, it is present all around the surface of bacteria. This type of arrangement is known as peritrichus. Right? So in all these four cases, you can see flagella सिर्फ कहां पर present है? End पर, poles पर. This is known as polar flagellation. पर यहां पर पूरे सरफेस पर प्रेजेंट है, सिर्फ एंड्स पर नहीं है. सो नाउ इट इज नोन एज नॉन पोलर फ्लैजिलेशन. सो हियर आई एम साइटिंग वन एग्जांपल ऑफ द बैक्टीरिया जिसको सबसे ज्यादा स्टडी करा गया है, एंड इट इज अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ पेरिट्राइकस. दिस इज ई कोलाई. राइट? Now after the flagella, now I will be dealing with the metabolism of bacteria. In the metabolism, I will be starting with the nutrition.